Back in our Media Day coverage, and next off, it's to Dallas. The Mavericks were a 42-win team last year, good for a 6th seed in the Western Conference before losing out in 5 games to the Oklahoma City Thunder. But in comes Harrison Barnes on a $94 million deal to pair up with Dirk Nowitzki, still at it, and now number 6 on the NBA's all-time scoring list. And he spoke with our Vince Cellini.
It is a pleasure to spend some time with the 6th leading scorer all-time in NBA history, entering his 19th season, all with the Dallas Mavericks, the one and only Dirk Nowitzki. Wow, 19 years. And Dirk, you're coming off a very productive year. Your numbers actually went up, 18.3 a game, and somehow you and Carlisle continue to find ways to make you effective. That you're going to do that again this year, I assume.
It's going to get harder and harder, but no, we're trying. I mean, we usually my teammates try to put me in good positions to where I only have to catch and shoot or make quick plays, or if it's not there, to swing the ball, let the other guys make a play. And I'm just out there, you know, just help the guys, spread the floor, get some timely baskets here and there, and help us win as many games as I can. And you know, my goal obviously last few years is to play efficient, play effective. My last few years, and hopefully have some fun and win some games.
The question is, will there be a 20th year? In the offseason, you signed the 2-year deal for 50, and I know you have an option to return or not return. What will ultimately, do you believe, decide that issue for you moving forward?
Well, I signed a 2-year deal because I obviously want to play for 2 more. I would love to get to 20 years with one franchise. It'll be an unbelievable, great achievement. So that's what I'm working on, but you know, I don't want to get ahead of myself. You know, I want to play this year, see how it feels, see how the body feels, see how many games I can play, and how the body responds. Because you know, the recovery between games gets harder and harder. So we'll just have to wait and see. And next summer I'll make that decision. But in my head, I do want to play it out 2 more years, and we'll go from there.
Yeah, Dirk, it's great that you're one of the few guys to spend his entire career with one franchise. But I think we can talk about this now. Was there ever a time, were you ever close to going anywhere else throughout your career?
Well, you know, the only time I would have thought about it was if we wouldn't have won the championship. You know, that was always the goal, to win the championship, bring one here to Dallas, bring one to these fans, this organization. And so we were close in 06, and we didn't make it, and then we always tried it, and but you know, we always gave it our best. Cubes and Donnie always put teams out there that could compete and play at the highest level, and finally in 2011 we broke through. So I'm glad I stuck with it, and it was all the hard work we put in and kind of paid off that year, and that was I'll never forget that year for the rest of my career. And since then, we're still chasing, obviously, to get back there again. But it's been a little harder the last few years. But you know, we'll see what kind of team we got this year, and see how far we can go.
Yeah, and the Mavericks never stand still, and they didn't again. So you bring in a couple of guys from a 73-win team in Golden State and Harrison Barnes and Andrew Bogut, and I'm just wondering what those guys you see bring to the table and how they're going to be configured and fit into the plans of the Mavericks.
Well, I think free agency started off a little slow there. Like, day 1 and day 2, all these guys were interested in Batum, and here and there, everybody left. And then I think we got a little fortunate with KD going to Golden State. They didn't have room for Bogut and Barnes, and we were fortunate to get them. And both, you know, played a championship experience. They're great team players. Both should be fun to play with. And they're great system players. They're great guys off the court. So we're looking forward to get this thing started. I think Bogut is a smart player, a veteran player, and an experienced player that knows how to pass, knows how to protect the rim, and those things are very important. And Harrison, I think we just want him to grow. We want him to develop. We feel like sky's the limit for him. He's a workhorse. He's in the gym morning, nights, trying to get better, work on his game. We wanted to play an all-around game. We wanted to run some pick and rolls. We wanted to post up, wanted to spot up. We wanted to cut. So we want him to grow in a great player. So I'm here, or we're here, to help him do that and take a lot of burden off his shoulders.
Yeah, and while you have veteran players like yourself, Dirk, you also have this influx of younger athletic players like Justin Anderson and Dwight Powell, along with Barnes, and that has to be exciting too, because those you see those guys giving you a real change of pace, do you not?
Yeah, I think we should be able to play some faster style with some of our bench guys who are really fun to watch and athletic. And you know, I say it all the time in this league: you can't have enough shooters and you can't have enough athletes these days. You know, almost all teams have a smaller lineup where basically switch everything and interrupt the other offense. So I think we're going to have a team like that as well. They can go up and down, they can guard, they could be athletic, and that should be fun to watch. And then we have some lineups maybe where we're a little slower and we play a little more methodical and play a little more playoff basketball. And so I think we can go a few styles, and I'm looking forward to getting this thing going.
Yeah, and it's another year in the backcourt with Deron Williams and Wesley Matthews as well, and the guy called the Little Pest, J.J. Barea, also thrown in the mix there. So given all of these components that we've talked about, Dirk, and you've seen a lot of basketball, realistically, where can you see the expectations of this Dallas Mavericks team in the Western Conference?
Well, we always pride ourselves on making the playoffs, and you know, in the Western Conference, it's going to be really tough. As we know, we went down the wire for us again last year, and we finished like really great the last 9-10 games to get in, and so we're going to be in a fight again. But hopefully, Deron can stay healthy for us this year. You know, we had some issues down the stretch, and at times last year, we felt like he was our best player. He was our best player in crunch time. We ran the big plays for him. And Wes looks incredible. I got to say, he came off a major surgery the year before, and he didn't move as great, but he was in the gym starting in May already. He told me 2 or 3 times. He lost some weight. He looks more explosive. He's looking to be aggressive and have a bounce back year or a great year. So we're excited, but obviously so are all the other teams. But we'll wait and see how it goes. But we're fired up.
Yeah, and Dirk, you're back, a superstar returning for a 19th season, but now it's going to be a little different this year going against the Spurs and the Lakers and the Wolves without the likes of Duncan and Kobe and Garnett. And have you had time to think about that?
Yeah, I mean, the league lost some great players, some of the greatest that ever played the game. What they've done on and off the floor for this league, for our sport, was tremendous, and the league's definitely gonna miss them. And it's been an honor for me, you know, to watch them some growing up, and then competing against them for a long time. Had some great battles with all of them, and it's been I have nothing but respect for obviously for all 3 of them, and I wish them obviously well for their life after basketball. And they were all amazing and great competitors and great players, and shared a lot of great times with them.
Yeah, and my last question kind of plays to your sense of humor and your self-deprecating humor as well. Earlier this month in a recent national publication, in describing you, they said, quote, that you were running like you're stuck in cement. But rather than getting upset about that, I thought you had the perfect response via social media. Can you share that with us once again?
Oh man, I think I said a few things, but one of them was that I've always ran in cement my entire career. I mean, it's not like I was ever athletic. Obviously, once you get older, you do lose a little step, but you try to make it up with experience. And you know, then I also said I used to run in quicksand. Now it's full on cement. But you know, just social media to me is more about having fun and interacting with your fans and your haters, and it's been a great platform for me.
Yeah, Dirk, so much fun to spend time with you and to continue to watch you play. Best of luck this year with the Dallas Mavericks and moving forward. Thank you.
Okay, thanks, Vince.